Why do kids have to ask permission to go to the bathroom in school? Because the school has a duty of care and need to know where the kids are at all times. Because kids will just ask to go to the bathroom and wander the school's halls to avoid being in class. At least they did when I was younger. My mom always told me if I asked to go to the bathroom and the teacher said no, to just go, and if they have a problem then they can call her at work. Same reason you don't have to call the university and tell them you're sick. I had a teacher in high school who would almost always refuse to let people go to the bathroom because we should have done it during passing period. Then, a girl pissed in the I wash sink biology class because he told her she couldn't go. He changed his tune after that. When I was in primary school, I used to pee a lot, to the point of fact that my teachers thought I was just doing it for fun, but I legit had to pee. I remember holding my pee for so long that I got back pain, headache, and now I think it's contributed to the UTI that I developed in high school. Now I'm a 26-year-old adult. I still need to pee quite often, more so than everyone around me, so my body was set the day I was born. But the adults around me just though I was playing, or being childish, and decide that I was supposed to be like every other child in primary school, who could hold their urine long than I. Because the school is under a legal obligation to take care of your kid, and in an emergency like a fire drill or lockdown or something, they need to know exactly where your kid is and what they are doing. Why do people keep asking this question? Do they really think in the centuries-long history of high schools that teachers and admins have not figured out that high school kids sometimes lie about the need to pee so they can sneak out to do inappropriate activities while most teachers are in class? I hate it for the genuinely good kids who are driven to learn and can act responsibly. Maybe high school is just the laboratory for civil society where good, well-mannered people have to suffer some laws for the fact that we live around those who may not be so good and well-mannered. I taught at a high school for half a year. In that time, kids smoked blunts in the school bathroom multiple times. 2 14-year-olds got caught having sex in the boys' bathroom. A girl gave her boyfriend a blowjob on the stairwell because cameras didn't hit that particular spot, but got caught when a teacher walked by. A kid needed facial reconstruction because he got jumped in the bathroom by a group of boys. I could go on, but it's been 5 years and these are the examples that were burned into me. Kids lie. Teenagers are generally terrible. Schools have rules to try and keep kids safe because they are too immature to make responsible decisions for themselves. In college, the professors aren't babysitters. You're an adult and your education is up to you. As a minor, that's not the case. Your safety and education are required by law, and when schools are overcrowded and sometimes have 30-40 kids per teacher, it can be hard to everyone to keep up with who is where if everyone just gets up all the time. In college you can skip class too, but in high school, eventually a truancy officer will show up to your door. Because kids are terrible and if you let them leave, they may not come back. Blame lawnmower moms for making entitled little monsters. Don't blame teacher for trying to hold it together. Hello, veteran teacher here, nearly 20 years experience. In elementary school, especially with kids 2nd grade and younger, they very much support the idea that humans are pack animals. If you let one go, you are guaranteed a steady stream of every kid in that class wanting to go, even if they went right before your class. Even if there's a hall pass system in place, the constant opening-closing of the door draws attention away from lesson classwork. And in my school, there's no guarantee that some older kid isn't waiting in there to mess with that student, whether it be a prank or worse. It should be as simple as if you gotta go, you gotta go, but the reality is much more difficult to manage and monitor. OP forgetting what being a kid was like. A few of my teachers handled this really well. They said they'd never deny permission. We just had to let them know, so they knew where we were in case of an emergency, etc. It is completely backwards and dystopian that so many teachers genuinely stop a child from going to the bathroom though. You should have gone at lunchtime, but not everyone will need to go then. Surely everyone going during the same break would be mayhem. There's all sorts of factors to consider like IBS and bladder infections and heavy periods, etc. Nobody should ever be denied access to a toilet. School is bad enough as it is. I had a 16-year-old 8th grader who'd ask to go to the bathroom, and then go stalk 7th grade girls at multiple staff meetings. We were told not to let this person leave the room under any circumstances. My inclusion teacher would always let him go though. Like I'd be working with another group, and had asked her while I had my back turned, and she'd say yes later. Had be creeping on the 7th grade hall, and I'd get my ass chewed out for it. Sometimes people got to the bathroom and smear shit all over the walls. Sometimes they meet in there to fight. Get a clue? Because when you're in school, you're usually a minor except maybe at the end of high school. Most people I know turned 18 by graduation. but that didn't make much of a difference, so the adults that work in the school are responsible for you if anything happens. If there's a fire or another emergency and a student isn't accounted for, that could be really bad. In college, you basically assume responsibility for your own safety at some level. Of course, there are some policies and procedures that protect students, but they are not keeping track of who is using the bathroom or walking out of class. Having to hold it till you mess yourself is pretty much criminal. I'm in construction, and we are seeing more plans for schools that do not have communal bathrooms and instead have them directly accessible from individual classrooms. The others gave good responses. Then there were kids like me. I'd roam around, maybe see if the lunch crew had food ready earlist late, go see the guidance counselor about what I wanted for my future. She was actually just really hot, probably go smoke a cig somewhere, ask the secretary if they'd received any calls for me, shoot a few balls around if I knew gym was closed, grab a broom and sweep the hallway, ask the maintenance guy to unlock my locker, because I forgot the combo to my friend's locker and tape something homoerotic inside his door, pick up supplies from the front office, and then daisy chain all of the paper clips together. That would kill enough time to get back and pick up my bag when the bell rang. Because in K-12 the school is responsible for you while you are at the school. They cannot have a portion of the school roaming around unattended for legal reasons. Once you make it to college, you are paying for the privilege of higher education. It's up to you if you want to actually attend class and receive the education. The bathroom policy in schools often varies, and it's true that some schools require students to ask for permission to use the restroom, while others have more lenient policies. The rationale behind this rule usually revolves around maintaining discipline and ensuring student safety. By asking for permission, teachers can keep track of where students are and prevent disruptions in the classroom. However, I understand your frustration, especially when you have urgent needs. It's essential for schools to strike a balance between maintaining order and accommodating students' basic needs. Open communication between students and teachers can help address these concerns and ensure that students can access the restroom when necessary without unnecessary barriers. As you've rightly pointed out, being able to take care of biological needs is crucial for students' ability to focus and learn effectively. Are teachers able to leave in the middle of class to pee? No, they are not.